Hey everyone, and welcome back to It's a Cold World. A lot happened this week in the WNBL, so let's get right down to it. A few takeaways I have are, number one, need to give out a massive shout out to Gemma Potter, who unfortunately announced that she has torn her ACL and will be out for the remainder of the season. So Gemma, everyone here at basketball.com.au, we wish you well. We wish you a speedy recovery, and we're sending lots of love and good vibes your way. And me personally, I know how hard it is. I've done 2, you've done 3 now, but you've done it before. You know you can do it again, and we know you're going to come back stronger and better than ever. So we're sending all our love your way. On a positive note for the Geelong Venom, they do have Shyla back, who is coming back from a knee injury. And in the 2 games that she played in this round, she got 31 points. So she is not looking like she's skipped a step, and she is definitely going to be someone who will have to step up with Gemma Potter, unfortunately now not being in that lineup. But to Shyla Hill, welcome back on court and welcome back to the WNBL. The next thing, it was quite big, it was shocking news in the basketball community, is Adelaide Lightning had a thrilling overtime win against that Geelong Venom team where they won 99-93. A couple days later, Adelaide Lightning departed ways with head coach Karen Mitchell. So again, this was a massive shock. The Lightning then had to back up and play top of the table Townsville, where they lost 64-90 against the Fire. So my big question is, this would have been a heavy situation for the club, especially the players. Adelaide Lightning are sitting 5th on the table right now, which some may say is probably maybe better than expected at this time in the season. They're a very young team. This is a lot to go through. Can they really rally together and keep building momentum and going forward and building on this great start to the season that they have already had? So that is the big question for me. Is this make or break given the situation that just happened to Adelaide and their coaching staff as a whole? Then we have, in some really exciting news, Mariana Tolo announced that she is going to be a first-time mum. So Tolo, congrats on your little bun in the oven. Super exciting. And what a better way to celebrate it with she just experienced her 250th game with one of her best mates and her teammates, Kelsey Griffin. So Tolo, a big congratulations from everyone here. We cannot wait to meet your little bub. You are now a mum. It's so amazing. And also congratulations to you and Kelsey on your 250 milestone game. You now have WNBL lifetime membership. Amazing, amazing achievement. Now, saying this, Tolo is a key piece to the Bendigo Spirits team. She's their starting 5-man. She's a big impact on both ends of the court and inside the paint. Who will they get to replace her? 1. 2, who will step up in the meantime? And 3, overall, how big of an impact is this going to be to the Bendigo Spirit, who are currently sitting second on the ladder with a 5-2 record? Big question marks there. Then we have in the Townsville Fire camp, their chemistry is out of this world right now. They are humming. They're smooth. They've had 2 huge wins in round 6 in the WNBL. They had 6 players averaging double figures. All of these players, including Miela Sowah, Courtney Woods, Lucy Olsen, Abby Ellis, and Alex Fowler, and Alicia Froling, all shooting the ball over an impressive 42%. So a big shout out also to Miss Efficiency, Alex Fowler, who is shooting the ball at 68%. Insane. Their chemistry is beautiful. Go watch them. They're proving right now why they're on top of the ladder. But for me, My takeaway is, how do you stop them when there are so many options on the floor? How do you stop the fire? And speaking of the Townsville fire, I'd like to introduce my very special guest. She's an Australian Opal 3x3 kangaroo and one of the superstars for the Townsville fire, Miela Sowah. Thank you for joining me today, Miela.
Thanks for having me.
So I sort of want to go back to the beginning of this season, where the season before you played with the Perth Lynx, you really made your mark on the league. Now you're a free agent at the end of that season. You were a very sought after woman, which do not blame them. Do not blame the people and the teams and the fans. What was it, the decision to go to the Townsville Fire? Because obviously Perth Lynx have been a successful club, making finals. You yourself, you just killed it in that season. What was sort of the decision to be like, okay, I'm ready for a change?
Yeah, no, I absolutely love Perth. And yeah, they really let me like my game expand there. But I think it was like a little bit my comfort zone, and I really wanted to develop like certain areas of my game, like the creating style. And yeah, it was kind of like when I went into free agency, I just kind of wanted to hear like from other teams. And when I heard like Shannon talk about kind of like, how he'd see me playing and kind of the development plan that he could, provide for me. I was kind of like, yeah, that's kind of what I need for my next step if I want to kind of chase a few, higher up goals of mine. So yeah, getting that, I was like, you know what, I think, it's time to like step out of my comfort zone and kind of go for it. So yeah, it was a crazy time, but definitely happy. Yeah.
And you spoke about Shannon Seaborn, which I'm glad you brought him up, because in a post-game interview after Adelaide Lightning, you mentioned that Shannon Seaborn is the best coach in the WNBL as well as in the country, which a lot of people agree with. I've never been coached by him personally, but I think he's so smart. What is it about him and how he coaches that you really love?
I think it's like he used to play, so he's kind of like a player coach, but he just knows the game inside and out, and he's a really good teacher as well. Like when he's talking about certain reads or breaking down certain plays, like the way he depicts it, it's super easy to understand, and then like kind of translates. You're able to translate it on the court. So I think it's that he used to play and he kind of gets that kind of like player understanding, as well as yeah, like just knows the game inside and out. I don't know how, but just knows.
I always say he's like a chess player, because if a team comes out and changes their defensive style against you guys, he's like, oh, well, I'm going to put my pawn and my queen and my horse move here. And it just like screws the other team up. I think it's insane.
No, legit, you're onto it. Yeah, like the chess piece, 100%.
And for you personally as well, you grew up in Queensland. Brisbane was your hometown. How are you finding Townsville itself? Obviously, it's a smaller community, but yeah, how are you loving the Ville?
Yeah, no, it's great to be back in Queensland, yeah, home state. Let's go. Yeah, the Ville's been really great. Like the basketball is like awesome. Yeah, it is a lot like smaller, but that's kind of like yeah, the fans really like rally behind you, which has been really cool. It is like extremely hot though. I'm like, man, I forgot like Queensland's like so humid. So I've definitely been sweating a lot, so a lot of detox. But but yeah, no, it's been really good. And then still just like, trying out some like food places and that. But yeah, no, it's been good. Yeah, really enjoyed it. Good to be on the same time zone as Josh too. So that's been helpful.
Can you explain to a few people, we love our Habs, our husbands and boyfriends, or our wags, wives and girlfriends of our basketball players? How's that been like now you are in your home state and not dealing with the time difference and all the different zones that go on in Australia?
Yeah, no, it's been really good. Yeah, I think being on the same time, you kind of say goodnight and go to sleep at the same time. So that's been handy. Whereas Perth, it was like a bit delayed. So yeah, no, that's been really good. And then yeah, obviously a way shorter flight, so he's been able to come up maybe a bit more often, opposed to opposed to like longer stints away. So yeah, that's been good. But yeah, it is tough. Is that one day hopefully can be with me. But he's got his own pest control business, so yeah, he's got to be back there working.
Amen. Working for the family, but has he or your family been able to come and watch you yet at the fire pit?
Yes, yeah, he actually got yeah, the last two home games he was there, so he got to see us versus Canberra Capitals and Adelaide. So yeah, no, that was awesome. Seeing him in the crowd, giving shout out for the kids.
Oh, no, and we love to hear that. And then now I want to go, you've settled in, right? You've gone to Townsville, you've moved. What was your initial thought just of the club in general? Like now you're entering preseason. What's going through your head?
Yeah, I guess yeah, I was just kind of like because I was there before I went to college, so it's quite funny. A lot of stuff felt kind of like slightly familiar because I was like, oh yeah, the stadium where we like trained at. The Nicole who works at the front desk, she was still there. So like, hey, like kind of felt like a little bit familiar. But yeah, the club's awesome. Like they're so professional. Like I think everyone there works absolute butt off and that's like the expectation for us. And then they also do it for them as well, which is kind of pays off in all stints of the club. And then yeah, so they're just like super welcoming. Like they fit me right in, got of me Townsville Fire Crocs.
Oh, I
Like, I was
love,
like, fun.
love that.
But yeah, and a mug. Yeah, I know, same. I was like, yeah, I love the little stuff. Yeah, so nah, really good. Yeah.
And like you said, you had been there before you went to college. Was this another thing that you knew about the club is professional? You really liked it, but hey, this is an environment I know I can succeed in with these teammates I have and with a coach like Shannon.
Yeah, I think yeah, definitely. Like they're like slight familiarity factor kind of definitely like helped with it too because I was like, yeah, I've been there, I kind of know what like living there is like, and then obviously a lot different teammates there now than what it was before, but yeah, no, it's been so fun, like such a great team. The girls are awesome, like all just like great people. Really, the whole club, everyone's just like just great people. I'm like, wow, unreal. Like,
And like you said, because it is a smaller community there, and there's not, it's not like Melbourne where it's a bigger city or other people, you might have other jobs on the side. Do you think that really helps to building the team's chemistry? Because do you do a lot of things off the court together as well?
yeah, we all pretty much live in the same place. So, you're always seeing each other. Like, Chantel's next door to me, so I
Yeah.
can always go knock on her door. And then yeah, like even on an off day, you'll see them. You'll see them in the shops. I always see Abby. I'm like, hey, Abby, just getting my groceries. But yeah, I do think like yeah, I do think it's like quite easy to do stuff like outside and build the chemistry. So yeah, no, it's good. And I think yeah, I think always, chemistry is really underrated. I think if you have it off the court, it definitely like translates on the court.
And you can tell that your team has that special bond, and the chemistry of your team is honestly, it's so impressive this early on. And I know Townsville Fire do have a lot of core pieces back, which helps, but still with big additions like yourself, Lucy Olson, they're still big players that to fit in isn't always easy. But what do you think makes your culture on the floor so good? Because like I said, it's smooth like butter and it is beautiful to watch.
Yeah, I think it's what like Shan's built. Like he's got this culture, and we sat down, we wrote down things, and he kind of like sets the standard, sets what it means to be playing for the Fire, and how yeah, what the standards are, how you're supposed to act on and off the court. And I think yeah, I think once we did that, like everyone just knew that was it, and we all just like kind of bought into it. And then we also did this like incredibly hard Army Day because they're one of our like big sponsors. So yeah, we did this Army Day, which was like actually the hardest day of my life. But I think honestly, I think that yeah, that was tough. Um, yeah, that was I think that really bonded us, and that was early on. But yeah, it was solid. I was like, man, this is crazy. But it made us like communicate, get to know each other through the struggle. Yeah.
Oh, I think that's so awesome to hear because sometimes as a fan or just a viewer of basketball, you don't really know what goes on behind the scenes or preseason. Like, what do teams actually do in order to get to the stage where you're at? And currently, right now, you guys are sitting 7-1. And your only loss was to the Flyers. Do you think the style of basketball you're playing right now and how good you're playing, did you think this is where you would be right now in the season so early on?
Yeah, honestly, personally, probably not because I think, yeah, normally it takes like a little bit to kind of build on it. But I do think having that central core that was here like last year, even like the year before, I think that definitely plays a factor because they know the style, they'll help you out, and then it's your job just to like buy into it.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah.
I actually was commentating one of your games against Adelaide, and you did a
Mm.
standard pick and roll on the side, on the wing, and then you just had the corner player lift up, overhead pass, and it's simple basketball, but it's so basic. And I was like, I promise you, they're training that drill probably hours on hours on hours to perfect it. Am I right? One. And two, because all of you are always in the right spots. Do you know exactly where you need to be? But it's the basics.
Yeah, no, 100% right. Yeah, we definitely, when we're going in training, we're going at it. And, like we said, if we can score against each other and train, like it's pretty competitive and definitely up and in, then we'll be right in the game. So,
Mhm.
yeah, we definitely drill it for sure.
You also currently have 5 people averaging double figures in your team. And between the lot of you, you're all shooting above 40%. So this shows the team shot selections are super great as well. You're all willing to give up a good shot for a great shot. Can you describe the mentality that the team has to get that style of play to where it is?
Yeah, I think that's what one of our pillars talking about in that culture. One of our things is to give up the good for great, and I think yeah, again, everyone's just bought into it. But Shannon does such a good job of kind of teaching us how to read the game. So then
Mhm.
when we see like one of the cues, like it's automatic, so we know that we need to kick that out and it's going to be wide open. And then also about just being like disciplined, like staying in our spots. So I think yeah, I think it comes down again to that culture. I think that culture piece is a massive part of why we're able to succeed on the I guess offensive and defensive end. Yeah.
And obviously, we spoke about a few of your teammates. That is another reason why you wanted to come here and just the level that these girls are playing at as well. Can you tell me a bit about why you love playing so much with, your fellow Opals in Abby Ellis, Courtney Woods, Alex Fowler, and then also Alicia Froley?
Yeah, it's been so fun. I think I really got to know them at the Opals, like in Trans Tasman, I'd say is the first time I really got to like properly know them. Like I knew of them. Alex Fowler, I played with her, I think QSL up here before I went to college. But yeah, other than that, like I didn't fully know these guys. So it was really fun to like get to know them there. And then obviously then went to China as well. So that was awesome. And then yeah, Frols kind of really just met her when I came here and got to know her. But yeah, they're all absolutely awesome. Like they're all just really solid, good people. Woody's actually hilarious. She actually cracks me up so much. And then yeah, no, she's actually so funny. But no, it's been awesome playing with them. Like each person's got their own strength, and it's like, yeah, super fun to be on the floor with all 5 of them. Yeah.
You spoke about the buy in and how crucial that word is. I don't think people understand. You have to buy into what the team, the culture is, what you want to stand for. And then you have the likes of WNBA import Lucy Olsen, another import in Lauren Cox, who come off the bench. And in other teams, they could start, but they believe in the product and what you're doing. And then it's a luxury to have these girls come off the bench. How has it been like playing with, again, another lot of superstars in those two?
Yeah, they're both top-notch people, and yeah, coming off the bench, like yeah, like Lucy's an absolute sniper and like such a playmaker. So it's been really fun playing with her. And then yeah, Coxie just a massive presence inside, but can also shoot the three. So nah, they're absolutely awesome, and yeah, they've totally bought into it. Like Coxie's been here for a few years too. Yeah, nah, they're unreal, and I think they're like massive keys to our team.
And you personally have really found your feet at the fire. You're averaging just over 17 points a game and shooting the ball just under 43%, which again is absolute. It's insane. I say you're like Steph Curry because your shot release is like so quick. You blink and you miss it. People better close out to you because you're like, hand down, man down, people. But what what's your mentality been like? Because you're fifth in the league right now for scoring. You're also leading your team. What are you like really happy about how you're playing right now too?
Yeah, definitely happy with it. I think, I came up to the fire to learn heaps, and I think, yeah, definitely have been, which has been awesome. And then I think, yeah, my teammates just do an awesome job of finding me. Like you said before, like they find me in the right spots, and at that point, it's my job to knock it down. So, um, you know, uh, yeah, I think it really comes down to that. And then when I'm on the other end, I have to do the same for them. But it's been really fun. Like Shannon does an awesome job of putting players in like, great spots for them to perform. Yeah, kind of like allows you to play your strengths, but also like build your game further than that.
And then, Mila, you also spoke earlier how you wanted to keep growing, and that was a big part of going to the fire to help develop your game. You're obviously part of both the Australian Opals and the 3x3 Kangaroos. What are some of your personal goals for those two teams?
Yeah, I think with the 3x3, there's Commonwealth Games this year. So yeah, it's always been a dream to go to one of those. So definitely eyes on that. Um, and then yeah, for the Opals, there's the qualifiers and then obviously the World Cup. Yeah, it'd be tough to make both 3x3 and the Opals. With such, Australia's got such great talent and depth there. But yeah, I'll kind of do everything I can to make it. But yeah, no, it's an exciting year for just 3x3 and normal basketball. There's a lot on. So yeah, fingers crossed. But yeah, definitely a goal. Yeah.
Well, you've been super exciting to watch, and I can't wait to see what you and the Townsville Fire do for the rest of this season. But before we go, I'd like to ask one last question. And you yourself are so positive, but is there any advice you'd love to give to the next generation coming through, something that you're still super young, but to give to them anything you've learned along the way?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's kind of like my say life motto is hard work always pays off, whether it's like short term in a few weeks and some months, or if it's like long term in years. I think a lot of my stuff has been probably like years of hard work that have like finally paying off. So it's just keep working and knowing that it'll all pay off in the end run. And it builds character, builds all that other stuff outside of just the game as well. But yeah, just know if you're putting in the work, that's how life works, it'll pay it back. So yeah.
Oh, I love that. Well, everyone, make sure you tune in, watch Mila, because she's absolutely killing it at the moment. But again, thanks so much, Mila, for your time today. And everyone, make sure you tune in next week. It's a cold world.